What is up, wrestling fans? This is KayFabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JP. It is Sunday night, it is 8 p.m. Central Time, and it is time for our weekly live stream. This week, we're going to be discussing all the crazy news that has happened in the world of professional wrestling, and it starts right now. Hello, my beautiful people. This is KayFabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JP. If this is your first time here, please stick around for a little while. Participate in the live chat to the left-hand side of the screen. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to click that little bell for our notifications so you will know whenever we go live. Of course, we always go live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, except for, you guessed it, pay-per-view nights, where we will always go on after the pay-per-view. And of course, make sure to check us out on our Twitter account and our Facebook page. How y'all doing tonight? How is everybody doing tonight? I'm a little sad. A little sad. So I'm still rocking my Jets jersey. Sadly, though, the boys lost today, making it to the Western Conference Finals. First time ever in the Jets' history. Fortunately, we lost 2-1 today to the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Hard-fought series. I have nothing but just full props to my city for just coming together as a whole. Winnipeg, we're not really known for having successful sports teams, per se. Like I said, we've never won a Stanley Cup. Our baseball team's pretty good. Our minor league baseball team's good. Our football team, last time we won the championship was in 1990, so that's 25 years ago. But, ever since our hockey team has come back, we sell it every game. Our team spirit is through the roof. This city, we came together as a whole, and it was really good to see just how awesome. Like, if you guys saw it on TV, the street party that we had outside the arena during the home games was absolutely crazy. It started off as a couple thousand people, and by the end, we were talking 35,000 plus people. Like, they were closing off streets downtown. Very humbled to the Vegas Golden Knights for making through. Said we ran into a better goalie. Marc-Andre Fleury was absolutely phenomenal this series. I wish them all the luck in the Stanley Cup Finals against Tampa or Washington. Who knows who's going to win? My money's on Tampa. I've been betting Tampa to make the Stanley Cup Finals since midway through the season. But yeah, always next year for the Jets. We can do nothing but go up for sure. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for partaking in the chat room. I see you're a regular person. That's awesome. Thank you so much for partaking today. We don't really got tons to talk about today. It was kind of a weird week. I was debating whether to do like a single topic like we normally do, but I think a bunch of minor stuff happened this week, so I think we can just pretty much talk about all that stuff. So I'm gonna start off with news that was announced at a NXT house show. There was a couple familiar faces that made some appearances. Some former NXT superstars appeared at an NXT show. The Revival made an appearance, which is awesome. Huge Revival fan. I love everything about the Revival. They were one of my favorite tag teams back in the day. They were part of my favorite match last year. Those of you who saw my top 5 favorite matches last year. I was a huge fan of that triangle triple threat elimination with the Authors of Pain, the Revival, and DIY. I loved everything about that match. Since the Revival's come to the main roster, they really haven't done a lot. Granted, maybe injuries had something to do with it. One of them got injured, and they came back, and then the other one got injured. So, the Revival, in the year that they've been on the main roster, they've really only wrestled about 4 months total. But as of right now, they're enhancement talent, and I am not liking that. But yeah, as you can see, they made a surprise appearance taking on the Undisputed Era. I didn't get to see the match itself. I just heard about it, and I was like, what? That's amazing. I need to see this. Maybe, a lot of people are talking, maybe a lot of the people who did very well in NXT, who moved up to the main roster, who aren't finding their niche, are moving back down to NXT. Now, some people might take that as a demotion, but I personally, I don't. If I'm not getting any wrestling time on the main roster and I'm losing all the time, I'd rather be on NXT where I can be treated like a god. Personally, I'm just going with that. Very, very cool to see the Revival make an appearance there. I see we got some action in the chat room. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Ooh, yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, so as you can see, do you think it's be more of a regular thing for people to go back to NXT for shows? I think it'd be more fun to have a special takeover where current NXT people take on former NXT people. That is an amazing idea. I love that. I love everything about that. Um, NXT, like NXT, every single takeover event just completely outshines the main roster show. And I'm not saying because I'm really biased towards NXT that I'm like NXT super fanboy, but come on. WrestleMania, NXT Takeover New Orleans, NXT Takeover Philadelphia, Royal Rumble. Like it's all that stuff. It's all that stuff. Um, I if this means that like the NXT guys are moving back down, I'm really for that. Just to get them back in the limelight. But to see like former guys versus current guys, that'd be cool. Like Kairi Sane versus Asuka. Oh yeah, please, thank you. Oh, that'd be so cool. That would be so cool. Like just the quick high flying, Kairi Sane taking on like the technical striking of Asuka. So many feelings. Oh, that'd be so cool. Are you sure you're not a booker? Are you telling me you're not a booker? That's great. I would pay to see that. That's just that is absolutely phenomenal. Like I would really like to see that. Yeah, but yeah, like just a lot of the NXT people right now, like they're just working their butts off every single thing. I love all the storylines that are going on right now. But another thing that also happened, Tyler Breeze also made an appearance too in an NXT house show. And in my opinion, Tyler Breeze is by far one of the most underutilized people on the entire roster, hands down. Like in NXT, he was in the title picture. He was one of the main top 4 guys going for the NXT Championship. And a lot of those title matches he did have are some must-see stuff. The Fatal 4-Way, with Neville, Sammy, Tyson Kidd, and Tyler Breeze. Check it out. Check it out. Just absolutely will blow your freaking mind. Such a good match. Um, and then he moved up to the main roster. Wasn't doing a lot. They did pair him up with Fandango. I was a little against Breezango the first time they came out, but I really liked the Fashion Police stuff. But now they're just jobbing. Like I said, like they were in the tag team title picture, and now they're jobbing. And I don't agree with that. Like Fandango is one of the best guys on the roster. Tyler Breeze, like he's just so versatile in the ring. His character work is great. He makes everybody look like $1,000,000, and yet for some reason they just push him outside. Why? Because he's not a big guy. Maybe if he was on 205, I don't know. And even 205 still, I'm still not fully sold on 205. I'm liking the Triple H has his hands in it now. I like that he's kind of guiding the ship. I'm liking the whole Rockstar Spud as Drake Maverick as the GM thing. I really like that. I'm liking Cedric Alexander's the champion. I'm liking all the stuff right now. Like they're heading in the right direction. Still leaps and bounds to go from where WCW's cruiserweight division was, good compared to where WWE's could be. But yeah, I fully like the idea of NXT guys moving back down, like former NXT guys moving back down to NXT house shows just to see what's going on. I really support that. If it means that they're going to get more screen time and more wins, I'm all for it. I want to see the Ascension do well. I want to see Revival do well. I want to see Tyler Breeze do well. I want to see all these people who used to be on NXT as major superstars that are just laughing stocks right now. I want to see them get what they deserve. But yeah, who knows? Maybe this is just a one-off. But when I heard about this, I got really, really excited. Got all giddy. Little giddy schoolgirl Joel. That's what I said. Alright, so in other news, let's go on to... Enzo Amore back in the news. Um, you guys saw when I first started doing the live streaming, like when I first bought the webcam, I discussed about the whole Enzo Amore under fire thing, getting fired. And like I said, it was a can of worms. I didn't really want to discuss it too much because I was still kind of on the fence about it. But those of you who didn't hear, apparently he's been acquitted of all the charges whatsoever. He did post a letter on his Twitter account. We're just going to read that off now. Why? Because it's public domain, that's why. Boom! Alright, so according to his lawyer, on January 22nd, 2018, Eric Arndt, also known as Enzo Amore from World Wrestling Entertainment, was accused via the internet and social media of misconduct during an alleged incident in Phoenix, Arizona several months earlier. Prior to that date, no law enforcement or any other officials had contacted Mr. Arndt regarding such claims. However, after the careless, unfounded tirade on social media, Mr. Arndt learned of these accusations when the council reached out to Phoenix police. Subsequently, and as evidenced by the vast amount of online admissions and other publicity available information, it was soon clear that the accuser exhibited a complete lack of truth or credibility. At all times, Mr. Arndt fully and unequivocally denied such accusations and remained confident in clearing his name. The Phoenix Police Department recently informed Mr. Arndt and his counsel that there is insufficient evidence to this matter to warrant any criminal charges, that the matter will not be transferred to the county attorney for prosecution. I cannot read today. And the investigation and case is closed. No charges were ever filed. The matter is closed. Mr. Arndt expresses his gratitude for the enormous amount of support from his fans and followers during this time period. The support has carried him through these events and opened his eyes to the faith and loyalty of those who cheered and followed his career. This experience has further taught Mr. Arndt to be cautious with his personal associations because false, defamatory, and unfounded accusations can alter the impact, the lives, and careers of the falsely accused and their families. Mr. Arndt is working diligently toward his next venture in the entertainment industry and looks forward to reconnecting with the fans in a big way in the near future. Alright. So, like, he also kind of posted on his social media, a lot of people took it the wrong way, but I see what he was doing. He had a picture of his sneakers. As you remember, Enzo Amore was very, like, pro sneakers. Like, he always wore, like, Jordans, like the high tops, like all these different kind of sneakers. That was kind of his thing. So those were his wrestling boots, essentially, and he had them hanging on a clothesline and flat out saying, like, it's been real. So a lot of people were like, oh my god, he's going to kill himself. No, that was a metaphor for him announcing that he's done with wrestling and moving on to other ventures. A lot of people always automatically assume the worst possible darkness. Like, I got what it meant right off the bat. I was like, yeah, okay, it's been real. You had your time in the ring. Granted, he was never really a great wrestler. I didn't really enjoy any of his matches, but his mic work is almost unmatched by anybody currently going on right now. Now, in regards to him as a person, though, that's why I was kind of always a little bit on the fence in regards to him. Like, could he have done this? But I said, I'm a very, just hearing, like, just kind of his escalades and stuff that he did backstage and how he treated, like, members of the opposite sex, like the female superstars and stuff like that. Like, he did date Liv Morgan, and apparently he cheated on her and stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. But I did kind of feel like I deemed him as not a great human, but I never deemed him to stoop that low to do something like that to another person. And sure enough, it turned out he is innocent. Now a lot of people are thinking, would WWE hire him back? And I'm just going to give my 2 cents. The answer is no. A1, he's announced that he's retired from professional wrestling, and B, he still is technically kind of a liability. Like, a lot of people kind of get, like, why he was fired. He wasn't fired because he was accused of doing that to somebody. He was let go because his failure to inform WWE of this. Because he heard about these charges, apparently, a while before they were even kind of posted on social media. I'm not getting the entire story straight. Like, I don't, I'm kind of just going off of secondhand information. But, like, from what I was reading, that was why he was let go. If they were to hire him back, it'd probably be years from now. They'd probably give him a chance. He was a pretty good crowd favorite. A lot of people did like him. But you know what? No matter where he goes in his entertainment lifestyle now, I wish him all the best. I'm sure he'll do well. Like I said, he's established a name for himself, and he's a great talker, so he's not going to find any trouble finding work whatsoever. Alright, and we're going to end today's show. Like I said, not really a lot going on, but all in, baby, all in. Okay, those of you who don't know about the All In event, is pretty much kind of a brainchild of Cody Rhodes. It all started essentially with Dave Meltzer. Pretty much made the comment, like, he was asked, do you think Ring of Honor could ever have a 10,000 plus show? And he said, not anytime soon. And Cody Rhodes took that very personally and flat out went right onto social media on his Twitter account and saying, you know what, why not? Let's do this. I'm going to go all in on this event. I bet you that we can be the first non-WWE organization in North America to host an event with more than 10,000 people in attendance. So it was announced for January. I was announced originally on January 10th. The entire all-in concept, and pretty much the entire time he's just been recruiting all these different people. Like, as of right now, like Marty Scurll's on there, Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Stephen Amell, the actor, is somehow involved with this. I think trying to think something. Chelsea Green, I believe her name is in there. Like Laurel Van Ness from TNA. Like just all these names are in there. Kakashika Okada's like named. A bunch of the other New Japan guys. Like they've all kind of thrown their names into this event. Now, as of right now, there's no matches determined yet. All I know is that it is taking place on September 1st in Chicago. Chicago, hometown of CM Punk. So, he's probably going to make an appearance. And also right now, they're also kind of having kind of like a WWE Access kind of thing. It's called Starcast. So as of right now, on that, Cole Cabana's signed up. We got X-Pac, Bruce Pritchard. I'm reading off my list here. Who else do we got here? Eric Bischoff. We got Jerry the King Lawler, Diamond Dallas Page, Tully Blanchard, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash. And CM Punk is on that list. Like so many people, a lot of other wrestling YouTubers are out there, like Steven Larson from Going in Raw podcast have signed on to this. Like, it's a huge, huge event. And tickets apparently did go on sale, and according to the news I've read, they have sold out. So if all goes completely to plan, this will be the first ever non-WWE event to have 10,000 people in attendance in North America. Holy crap, congratulations, guys. Like, that is absolutely amazing. Like, it just shows that if you set your mind to something, that you can absolutely achieve it. And Cody Rhodes did it. Like, Cody Rhodes called out Uncle Dave Meltzer saying, you know what? You don't think it's going to happen? I think it can happen, and we will make it happen. And he did it. Depending on how the cards look, I definitely want to check this out. Like I said, I'm a huge Kenny Omega fan. He's my hometown boy. I said I've been watching Kenny Omega a long time. I had the privilege of seeing him when he was just starting out wrestling in the independent Winnipeg scene. I've talked with him a couple times. He's really nice to hang out with, very humble, very appreciative of his fans. He's been putting on matches like that he does now back in the day in like CD bars in like the Pembina area of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Like he's just been putting on some of the best matches that I've ever seen independently. But yes, like I said, I give full applause to Cody Rhodes and the team there for putting on this event and achieving what many people didn't think could happen. Said they accepted the challenge, they did it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think the card is going to be great. Some matches I would love to see. I would love to see Okada versus CM Punk. Like if Okada fought CM Punk, oh, that'd be so cool. That would be so cool. Who's Kenny Omega gonna fight? People are thinking Jericho again. That wouldn't be too bad. I like to see like who are the Young Bucks gonna take on? Like it's gonna be cool. There's just so many names thrown in this. See, it just makes me love and appreciate wrestling as a whole. And if you guys haven't seen Hangman Page, seriously check this guy out. He's the real freaking deal. He's like late 20s. He's so young and he just makes it look like he's been doing it for decades and decades and decades. So yes, once again, full props to the crew of All In. You guys absolutely deserve all of this. Boom! Boom! Alright, well that is all I have on this wonderful Sunday night. Like I said earlier, my Jets have been eliminated from the playoffs, so I am going to trim my playoff beard back to a manageable length, and I might even shoot a video about it, because apparently people like watching that stuff. Like I said, if this was your first time here, thank you guys so much for checking us out. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, click that little notification bell. We go live every single Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Time, except for pay-per-view nights, which I said we will always discuss after the pay-per-view, But yeah, I'm very tired. I worked a very long day today, listened to the game on the radio, watched the last period after I got home. Oh, so much crazy stuff, But yes, please make sure to check out some of our other videos. We do lots of crazy wrestling discussions. Got a bunch of other segments on the show. I'm trailing off now because that's what I do. That is what I do. Anyways, thank you guys so much as always. This means the world to me to do this for you guys every single week. I love all you guys out there. This is JP from KayFabe Chronicles, and I will see you guys next time. You have a good night, Elizabeth. High five via the internet. high five via the internet. Peace.